Hey guys, it's Victor Costa. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the kind comments all the time. I really do appreciate it. But I wanted to talk to you today about bodybuilding routines. A lot of people ask me, Vic, what's the best bodybuilding routine to follow? Should I do a traditional split bodybuilding routine? Chest and tris, back and bi, shoulders and legs, abs and calves thrown in there every other day, take a day or two of rest and repeat that for the rest of my life. Or should I try a full body workout routine? Or should I just do one body part per day? Should I focus on just one area of the day that day and really get to connect with that part of the body? So a lot of people would like to know which is the best routine to follow. So let's break it down a little bit. Let's talk about the pros and cons of each of these types of methodologies, and then maybe you can make a better decision for yourself, or maybe you'll see something that you'd like to try. But first, let's talk about the traditional split bodybuilding routine. It's dogma. It's been around for many, many years. Part of the reason it's been around for so long is because it is relatively successful and most people are comfortable with that type of training. It sounds generally something like this. Day 1, chest and tris. Day 2, back and bis. Day 3, shoulders and legs. And then you would probably do abs and calves on day 1 and day 3. This explains the reason it's almost impossible to find a bench on a Monday evening, because we're all doing the same routine. So let's talk about the benefits. So there are some clear benefits with the traditional split bodybuilding routine. One of the benefits is that because you're only focused on two body parts, or two primary body parts at any given time, that you're putting a lot of effort and intention into just two areas. All of your focus is funneling into just two areas of the body. And because you're not training every area of the body, you're able to kind of zone in on those areas and start to be able to perfect the exercises to make a meaningful connection and a meaningful dialogue and a meaningful stimulus with those areas of the body. Because you're spending maybe a half hour to 40 minutes on each area of the body, you could make an argument that because you're spending so much time, you're becoming an expert, if you will, in those areas and creating the connection with those areas of the body. And you're also becoming an expert in your repetitions. You're understanding how to do more repetitions because you are spending so much time. So practice really does account for something. So let's talk about a negative of that type of training. Believe it or not, there are a lot of people who are doing the traditional split bodybuilding routine who are not progressing. And there's a possibility, and it's the same reason that it's done so well for some people. It's a double-edged sword. Because you are spending so much time connecting with just two areas of the body at any given time, all of this energy and intensity is just going into those areas. And you might possibly be creating a trauma or damage that you are unable to recover from by the next time it comes around to do those body parts again. See? So it's the same thing that would make it both a negative and a positive. It's this very strong, intense connection and dialogue with those areas of the body and spending that much time on those areas. So if it's working for you, terrific. If it's not working for you, you might consider that you are not able to recover from those training sessions because you are spending too much time giving it too much energy into just those specific areas of the body. So let's now talk real briefly about something that you might have been thinking about, which is a full body workout routine. Now, of course, you cannot take all of the things that you're doing in your traditional split routine where you'd spend a half hour or 40 minutes per body part and then throw it into one day. It would be ridiculous to do that. You'd hurt yourself and it would really be counterproductive. So what you would do is you would create essentially an abridged version of each of those body part workouts and bring that all into one day. My suggestion would be maximum 4 sets per large body part, or 2 exercises, 2 separate movements, 2 sets each for large body parts. An example would be if you're going to train your chest, maybe 2 sets of incline bench presses and 2 sets of flies. That would canvas that area of the body. You could say that, hey Vic, that's not enough work. My body needs more work. Well, what you're going to experience in brevity in this one full body workout, you're going to make up for it in frequency because you're going to try that training routine 3 days per week. So you could make the argument that you're going to do all the work you would normally have done in your traditional split You're just going to break it up over the course of 3 days. It's about that. And some people really like this because instead of creating a tremendous amount of trauma or damage at any given time to any specific area of the body, you're creating a baseline, a maximum of 4 sets, let's say. So there's a greater likelihood that you may be able to recover from that training. Now, let's talk about intensity. There are some intense people out there that find a way to mess things up no matter what they do because they're so intense. They will train so hard. You could tell them, hey, I want you to just do 1 set, and they'll do that set not to failure, they'll do that set to heart failure. We don't want to go to heart failure, we just want to go to failure. So when you do these training routines, you have to keep in check your intensity. Maybe you should also have an 80%, 90%, and 100% day so that you're not going full blast every time you're in the gym. I've always said, imagine if you were training an Olympic swimmer who had a world record. Would you ask that swimmer, as his coach, to complete that world record lap every time he got in the pool? I think that by the time the next Olympics would come around, you'd probably really hurt your athlete. So you shouldn't ask the same of yourself. I'm suggesting that if you're not progressing with the traditional split bodybuilding routine, that you might want to give a full body workout a try, because it will be a much more brief interaction and encounter with each area of the body, and maybe potentially gain a little bit more recovery. You might be able to rebound from a workout like that faster. Now, here's the rub. One of the interesting things about the clients that I've had who benefit tremendously from the full body workout routine are those clients who have actually had experience with the traditional split bodybuilding routine. You see, I don't want you to think that doing anything is really wrong. Everything accounts for experience. And because the people who have done the traditional split have a lot of experience, they know how their body responds, they know how to train, and the reason they know how to train is because they've spent such an intense amount of time per body part that they can translate over into this full body workout all of the elements of the things that they have learned and create a meaningful connection with their bodies in a shorter period of sets or a shorter period of time. So either way, if you're not progressing with that, try the full body workout. If you're trying the full body workout, you might want to try the split routine because then you can spend a little bit more time per body part. So, wow, I'm talking fast. Sorry, guys. But let's get to the 1 body part per day. Now, I know a lot of people say, I'm really going to put all my intense focus on just 1 body part per day. I'm going to make my arms grow. I'm going to make my chest grow. Well, in my opinion, even though you're only training each body part once per week, it doesn't matter if you're training them once a week or once a month. I believe that you're creating a tremendous amount of damage at any one given session that even if you waited 2 weeks, it wouldn't necessarily be beneficial. I don't think the body works and behaves that way. I want you to keep something else in mind. So if I do chest and tris on Monday, and I do back and bis on Tuesday, don't think that my body has forgotten on Tuesday what we did on Monday. It's still trying to figure out how to heal from what we did yesterday. It's trying to figure out how did I get through my work day or school day just being me. And now it's trying to figure out what I'm asking of it, which is to do a whole different group of body parts. There's a lot going on. So when you think about overtraining, or you think about training too much, or you think about not progressing, you have to think about your entire body as a unit. It's really not a collection of body parts. And you have to ask yourself, am I pushing this too much that I'm not allowing my body to do what it would like to do and what it's more than happy to help me do, which is to rebound and recover. So it's a bit of a finesse game, guys. Sure, it's hard work, but it's actually finesse because I don't really have to teach a lot of people how to work hard. I've taken people to the gym and they're working out hard, really hard, very intensely. And we find joy in that. We find pleasure in that. I think that's one of our, because we don't have that, a lot of us, in our daily types of jobs, our body looks to do something like that. It looks to do something physical. So you have to keep that in check a little bit because you can go overboard with that kind of energy. So now, which one do you do? Well, you try both of them. I would say out of the two, the most productive are the traditional split and the full body workout. The full body workout works really great, I've noticed, for natural guys who have had experience with the traditional split bodybuilding routine. because they need some support in their recovery. And the thing that's going to help them support their recovery is by toning down the amount of work per body part. Guys who are doing drugs, I've noticed they benefit from just about everything, but that's not really what we're doing here. That's not really my community for the most part. So stay natural. It pays off big. It really does. You can go to bed at night knowing that what you've earned is yours to keep. And you don't have to worry about other things. Health problems sometimes show up for all of us at different times. And the last thing you want to do is create one, right? When these things seem to happen from us from environmental reasons, emotional reasons, mental reasons, whatever, the last thing we want to do is add another problem into the mix, which is to look for trouble. Let's not do that. You can reach some tremendous heights naturally. So stay natural. All the best. Peace, love, and muscles. I hope you liked the video. I know it's long. Thank you for watching. Say hello on Facebook and take care. Bye.